up and welcome back to the Smalletics channel. Today I'm taking you on a tour of my fridge and my pantry so I can show you guys everything that I always keep stocked in the fridge, things that I'm cooking this week, and then everything that Gary and I have in our pantry for just quick recipes, stuff that we are kind of always eating. Before we hop into it, remember to give this video a like if you find it helpful and subscribe to Smalletics for more content tailored to petite women. And without further ado, let's hop into the tour. Okay, you guys, we're gonna start with the fridge. I actually just fully stocked my fridge yesterday, so this is perfect timing. This has everything in it that I will eat for the week, and also Gary, and Gary is a 6'4" man and eats a lot of food, so it's packed to the brim right now. Gary goes to Trader Joe's. I usually order from Whole Foods, and we kind of eat each other's food, but we also have things that we like. So let's start with my shelf down here. This is my shelf because I'm shorter, I get the lower shelf. And I have all my egg whites in the back here. I like to use egg whites, you guys know, in the morning. If I want to get my fats from other things like peanut butter and whatnot, I will have that instead of egg yolks in my eggs. So I like to have egg whites to cook with. Down here, I have some foods that I made last week. It's just I cooked an entire chicken in an oven, really easy thing to do. It lasts like the whole week. And then I had some potatoes here for carbs, and I'll just leave it in the fridge as like an easy carb to grab when I need it. Here we have my favorite breads. I love Dave's Killer Bread. The bagels are phenomenal. They have a good amount of protein in them, 11 grams of protein in a bagel, which is amazing. They have moderate amount of carbs, same amount you would find in like any bagel, and little fat, just like, you know, other bagels. And I also love the Dave's Killer Bread Good Seed. I usually get the thin sliced, and it just lets you eat more bread because they're thinner sliced. Good source of protein that is bread, but also not just carbs. We also have, I made like a hash, so some more carbs here. And then down here, this is my veggies drawer. I keep all of my greens in here so they're fresh. I have some spinach and arugula mix. I have, same thing, I just was running out. Oh, my fridge is making that really annoying sound, so we need to close it. We have, let's see, I have 2 bell peppers in here, cucumber, celery. We have some organic green beans, some chives, and scallions. And I do meal plan every week. You guys know I have another video on how I meal plan. And so a lot of this is, I bought it for a recipe or something that I'm gonna cook. For example, I'm making chicken quesadillas for dinner this week, so I bought the bell peppers for that. I have the celery to put in a tuna salad that I already made. I'll show you guys. I have all the lettuce and the grape tomatoes and the cucumber so that I can throw together a really quick, easy salad with my lunches every day just to get my greens in. Okay, and then condiments that I have. I use almond milk creamer, or we love this coffee creamer from Trader Joe's. It's just, we like vanilla coffee creamer with my matcha in the morning. And then I have other condiments back here. I have capers, which I add to smoked salmon. If I'm doing like salmon on Dave's Killer Bread with a little bit of like cream cheese, I'll put capers on top. I have some sweet relish for the tuna salad I make. I have some pizza sauce in case I want to make like a tortilla pizza with, you know, ground beef, mince, or chicken as my protein topping. Have that in there. Let's see. This drawer over here, this is Gary's. It's mostly fruit. He has like 100 bananas. I'll have to show you. He's like a monkey. We have like 1 million bananas on our counter right now. He has always like fruit, apples. He's a big fruit guy. And then in this section right here, this is where we keep other miscellaneous things. I have some tortillas. I love this. Gary gets me this from Trader Joe's. It's everything but the bagel seasoned smoked salmon, and I'll just put it on toast. Love it. And then there's some provolone cheese. I'll make like a tuna melt with this. And we have some grated cheese. I'll probably use that in the quesadillas tonight. Now, moving on to this shelf. This is kind of a shared shelf slash mostly Gary. I do have some salsa here that I'm gonna use in my quesadillas tonight. I have leftover turkey taco soup that I've been making. It's phenomenal. It's really, really good. And this is the tuna salad I made for the week. It's really great to just make things that you can put in a container and put away and just grab so that you don't have to think about it. The more that you have to think about what you're gonna eat, the more likely you are to like order out or make a choice that's not necessarily gonna help you meet your goals. So I always like to have as much prepared food in here. I prepared myself ahead of the week so that I can just grab something and I know it'll help me towards my goals and not just feed me when I'm hungry. Gary has his Perfect bars here. I don't eat these, but he loves Perfect bars. They are very minimally processed, so they're like a pretty great option for bars. I have some ground turkey for my tacos tonight. And then we have 4 containers of blueberries. That would be Gary, but I definitely help him eat those. We have a lot of non-fat Greek yogurt. Love Greek yogurt. I use it as a sour cream substitute when I cook Mexican dinners or like quesadillas tonight. I use it in protein bowls that I'll add protein powder to and peanut butter and make it like a nice little dessert. There's a lot of great uses for this because it's high protein and it tastes good. We have our cage-free pasture-raised eggs here. Those are the best kind of eggs you can get. If you can manage to get these, always go for the pasture-raised because the yolks will have more nutrients in them. They'll be more of a deeper orange and that bright yellow that you'll see. And that's because the birds are grazing and getting more nutrients themselves if they're pasture-raised versus raised in the barn or in a cage. And then up here, this has a lot of Gary's food. We have our unsweetened vanilla almond milks. Have some LaCroix, which I love. My favorite flavor right now is the limoncello, which Gary thinks is disgusting, but comment below and tell me your favorite flavor of LaCroix if you have one, because I think this is the best one. And then Gary has his seltzer, which is much higher calorie. It's a Trader Joe's sparkling strawberry juice beverage. It's so good, but it's just like pure sugar and it makes me feel like crap when I drink it, just like super jittery, so I don't really have much of that. And then in the sides here, we have condiments. We like soy sauce, sriracha. Don't really use a lot of these, to be honest. We have some jams over here for breakfast foods and butter. I have my vitamins that I keep refrigerated, a probiotic. Not all probiotics and vitamins need to be refrigerated, but mine happen to be. And this is Gary's little stash of dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. I definitely have some of those. And that concludes what's in our fridge right now. Okay, next, moving on to our pantry. We have a couple drawers that would count as our pantry. Living in New York, you just have to do the best you can, so we don't have like a Kardashian pantry, you know. We just have our little shelves. So let me walk you guys through what I have in here. There's a lot, so I'm gonna go through all the things that are my favorites, I guess. So to start, I have my Women's Best pre-workout. This is something I've been testing and I haven't actually announced it on YouTube, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I recently became a sponsored athlete with Women's Best and I'm really excited about it. I've been using their protein and wearing their clothes for so many years, ever since I started my fitness journey, so this is just really exciting. I keep my pre-workout in here. One note about the pre-workout, if you guys have followed me for a long time, you'll know that I don't typically use pre-workout. This I have been testing and I've been really enjoying it for an afternoon cardio where I just need an extra kick. And petite women, we do not need the full scoop, it's just a big hit. So I just use 1/4 a scoop. This is the watermelon mint flavor. It's delicious, it tastes so good. And it's just a nice little kick for an afternoon workout that you might not feel super motivated for. I also have my Women's Best Fit Whey protein. I need to order a new one. This is the chocolate flavor. I normally am not a chocolate girl. I like their other flavors too, but this chocolate, it tastes like chocolate milk when you mix it with almond milk. It's so good. It just like hits the spot. I've been having this in my morning workouts as sort of like an intra-nutrition meal just to get some carbs and protein into my muscles as I'm working out. And I'm also reverse dieting right now and doing sort of a maintenance phase. So this has been awesome for just slowly increasing calories and adding it during a workout time where I can make the most use of those calories. So this has been awesome. We also have my matcha here. You guys know I have like 3 matchas a day. It's a problem. This is Jade matcha. I also like Ippodo, but I've been subscribed to Jade, their 100-gram can monthly subscription. It's great. Both Gary and I use it every single day. Next up, I have some liquid sweeteners. My favorite right now is the monk fruit sweetener. It's just a 0-calorie sweetener. I like to add it to my matcha if I am just drinking it with plain almond milk, or I'll add it to like a yogurt bowl. It can really be added to anything. I don't add it to anything that's already sweet. And if I'm eating something and I'm naturally sweetening it with fruit, then I don't need it. But it's great for random things that are just mostly my matcha, to be honest, or a yogurt, yeah. I also have a liquid stevia one. So the stevia one is not as, it just tastes like stevia. So if you don't like the taste of stevia, you're obviously not gonna like liquid stevia, but you might like the organic monk fruit. It's a great sweetener. Next up, we have Justin's honey peanut butter. I love Justin's products in general, his chocolate, his peanut butter cups. The peanut butter, it's so good. The honey one is especially great, and it doesn't really add very much sugar or anything. It's just a tinge sweeter. Love this. I recently bought this, so I just have been testing it out. The Nuts and More powdered cookie dough superfood. It's a powder that has a little bit of protein, low carb, and low fat, and you can add it to, mostly I add it to shakes and yogurt, and it just creates that cookie dough flavor. It's using peanuts. It's mostly peanut flour, cookie dough spices, cane sugar, sea salt. So it's like a sweetener, flavor add, and it's a way to kind of get the peanut buttery taste without the oil. So it's a powder, so obviously there's not a ton of oils and fats in it, which is what makes it great, especially if you're trying to hit your macros and you're being conscious of your fat intake. Oh, I also tried the Nuts and More cookie dough spread, and that shit was dangerous, you guys. I ate that way too fast. I'm not gonna order it again because it was like eating cookie dough Nutella, and it was so good. I ate way too much of it in one sitting and felt not so great. So I'm sticking to the powder for now. Next up down here, we have some random things. These are dried mango slices. I bought these for a cheese board I made when we had some friends over, and I just kind of snack on them, but I'm not gonna buy them again, probably. Have some nuts, cashews, almond slices, sunflower seeds, things that I would add to a salad, just add a crunch. Have my matcha bowl and whisk, bamboo whisk, for when I'm feeling fancy. Then we have some honey, some light agave, which I'll usually use if I'm making a margarita or something. I'll use just a little bit of light agave. And that's about all that's in there. Okay, the fun stuff is up here. This is like where the party happens. So first of all, we have my Birch Bender's pancake mix and waffle mix. It's a protein mix. I got the high protein one. It's amazing for having pancakes and not having to worry about, just having way too much carb and sugar overload. And they do have a decent amount of carbs in them already, which is great. So I've been having these as a post-workout meal, and it's been so good. Recently, Unicorn Superfood sent me these. Their Instagram is really cool. You should check them out. This isn't sponsored. They have awesome, beautiful food photography using natural ingredients. So they sent me pink pitaya and berrylicious blend. I'm gonna try adding these to my smoothies and maybe make something bake with it. But it's really nice to just have color in your food sometimes. Next up, we have organic chia seeds. These are amazing for just sprinkling on your yogurt, getting extra fiber. They're a really healthy source of fiber and fats. I'll also make chia seed pudding as a breakfast option. That's a really good overnight option. If you just make a chia pudding the night before, you wake up, it's delicious. You can add protein to it, you can add fruit to it, whatever you want really, and it's awesome. We have some nutritional yeast, which is great for sprinkling on top of things to give it like a cheesy flavor without cheese, especially if you're vegan or vegetarian, vegan. It's also delicious on lots of things. You can make like a cheesy sauce without real cheese. I've done that before. It's just good to have in your pantry for cooking if you want to add the flavor of cheese without adding cheese itself. Now I have a couple powders from Navitas. They make a lot of different powdered things. I have turmeric powder and cacao. Turmeric is something I might add to a smoothie. The cacao is something I would add to literally anything. It just makes your stuff taste like chocolate, and it has a lot of fiber in it as well, which is very healthy. and it's a superfood, so it's good to have. I have some from Suncore Foods. I have some blue spirulina. This is how everyone on Instagram makes their smoothies bright blue, or like the mermaid smoothies. They just add, it's algae, it's blue algae, it's dried. They just add a very small amount and it will turn anything of very high pigment blue. Also, it's a superfood. Now, what's left is mostly my baking stuff. I have coconut flour, almond flour, different types of flour, and my instant oatmeal up here. So nothing too exciting. Here are my oats. These would be the things that I cook with the most. We also have a pantry up here, which I'll show you. It's basically just canned goods. So beans, corn, white rice, which is a great rice. I love their rice. It's a high protein rice. Just, you know, things that non-perishables, less exciting stuff, but it's good to have if you need to make a soup, or you know, it's just good to have canned goods lying around, easy to add to easy recipes. The last pantry that we have is down here, and this is like, I want to just say it's like the naughty pantry. It's like where we keep the desserts, or like Gary Hyde's cookies down there, or popcorn, snacks. It's like the snack, the fun pantry. Okay, so it's not super organized and it's very dark, but I'm gonna pull these things out for you guys to see. So we have some vanilla meringues. These are fat-free. They're basically just little protein carb sugar puffs made with egg whites. I love these as a sweet treat. We also have tons of granolas. So these are Gary's granolas. I don't eat these, but what I do eat, I do like the Kind granola. I have a dark chocolate and a vanilla blueberry granola that I'll add to my yogurt bowls. Also down here, we have a bag of quinoa chips that I'll add to, you know, taco night. And another protein from Tropica that I'm almost out of. It's the Sarah's Day cookie dough protein. I love the flavor. It's very sweet. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's slightly higher in fat, so it's not great if you need just a protein powder that's only protein and carbs, or just protein. It has a little bit of fats in it, but I still love this. It's been really delicious. And that's pretty much, oh, Gary also has these cookies he just got from Trader Joe's. So we store kind of like the sugary goods down here. All right, you guys, I hope you really enjoyed the tour of my fridge and pantry. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. I also want to let you guys know, I know that I mentioned the protein powder from Women's Best. If you want to try it out, I will leave my code in the description below. It links to the vitamin shop. Women's Best has a new partnership with them. It's faster shipping and fun stuff like that. So check it out below if you'd like to support me. I'd really appreciate it. And they also have a whole new line of activewear. This is from it, launching today, new colors. So check out the Women's Best site for that. Other than that, you guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Let me know any questions in comments below, and I will talk to you next week.